supposed to, right? Probably today we have the answer with this. Announced because academic director, Major SPS Oberoi. Major means sir. I think you are retired from military. Army. Actually, IAS Academy Hyderabad. So we are fortunate enough to have you amidst us. I now request Ashram sir to give a small token of welcome to our guest. Yeah, and one more very important dialogue or a discussion when a pupil or when a student or when a boy or a girl from every family joins an institution, the parent calls the institution, asks first question, sir, jobs unnaya? Jobs unnaya? Placement unnaya? Nowadays, you know, 10 years, even I am living the same thing. Even when I joined my kid also in engineering, allow me a placement. I need to send up. Next level of education and competitive exams coming now, millions to the point. Literally, even it is getting, there is a vacuum now. So with these few words, I think now we have to listen to it. I welcome you to the class and then after the class. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You always do this survey. Anybody who is thinking of competitive examination in the mind, not yet made up their mind what to do, but any options other than software? Anyone? So my target is in next 40-45 minutes, I should be able to influence at least 5 to 10%. That's the primary reason why I have come here. We are an institute in Hyderabad, EKAM Academy, and as sir has given my brief introduction, I am Major SPS Oberoi. I have served in the Army from 2004 to 2015. I have fought insurgency in the Northeast. I have fought terrorism in JVK. I was posted along India-China border, India, Pakistan, and Rajasthan. Okay. So in my 10-11 years of service, luckily or unluckily, I have served only in field areas. So I have the distinction of fighting all sorts of terrorism, insurgency, everything. 2015, I left Army as a leader and I joined Reserve Bank of India as a security advisor. So ever since 2015, I have been in the Reserve Bank of India as a security advisor. In my life, I have taken and left 4 central government employers. I have joined and I have left. And probably I hold a very unique distinction that you till now. Whatever exams are, and let me tell you very frankly, I am not an intelligent fellow. I am not an intelligent fellow because I am not very strong at few dimensions of competition. But I am strong at one thing, is that self-determination. If I decide I have to do something, whether it is day, night, it doesn't matter to me. I fix my target and I work for it. I have cleared the UPSC held NDA exam in 97-98. I have passed the UPSC held again serious exam in 2001 and 2002. and I passed the civil services exam also in 2011. But I did not join. I was allotted the IPS cadre because I was still with the army, and the army did not give the LFC for me to join the service. So I continued my service in the army 2015 again. But unluckily, by the time I left the army, my age for civil services was not there. So I crossed my age limit, so I could not join the services as an IPS officer. Okay? But I have the distinction of passing all the 3 UPSC held exams. Right? There is a rumor in the market that UPSC is a very tough exam. Generally, మీరు ఎవరైనా యూపీఎస్సీ రాద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాను అని ఎవరైనా చెప్పినా సరే వాళ్ళు ఇమీడియట్ గా చెప్పేది ఏంటి, 10th కష్టపడి పాస్ అయ్యావు, 12th కష్టపడి పాస్ అయ్యావు, నువ్వు యూపీఎస్సీ రాయడం ఏంటి. దే ట్రై టు డిస్కరేజ్. వాట్ దే ట్రై టు డూ, దే ట్రై టు డిస్కరేజ్. బట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ అండ్ బిలీవ్ మీ, I know personally students who are academically very weak and have cracked this exam in their first attempt. Now you can ask me a question, sir. When people say it is the toughest exam in this country, how people are cracking it in first attempt? It is simple. UPSC tells very clearly who is eligible. See, there are 2 dimensions. One is eligibility, the other is capability. Try to understand the difference. Eligibility is defined by the institution that is conducting an exam, but capability is defined by you. Nobody defines capability, and UPSC also says in its advertisement, any graduate pass student is eligible to write this exam. Tell me, after your BTech, are you eligible? Because you have passed the basic. It says any individual who has attained the age of 21 years is eligible to write this exam. Again, you will all be 21 by the time you pass out from this college. So from 2 major criteria of eligibility, one is age and academic qualification. Every one of you is eligible to write this exam. Now, the primary question is, why are you not even thinking of what is stopping us from thinking about competitive exams? What is that is stopping you? Is it that you have seen few people studying 5 years, 6 years, maybe 7 years also to crack this exam? If that is so, that is the wrong calculation. That's what I want to say. Understand this. See, people struggle in UPSC primarily not because of their what we call capability, but because of their lack of discipline. Yesterday I visited one college, not yesterday, 2 days before. Outside the principal's office, there was a quote written on the edge of the wall. The quote was so beautiful and it touched my heart. It said, "Discipline without freedom is tyranny. Discipline without freedom is tyranny." Tyranny means too much of control. Tyranny. Freedom without discipline is chaos. And we all, maybe including me also, I would like to exclude the dignitaries, maybe including me also, we are victims of the second life, freedom without discipline. I tell all my students, wherever I go, I tell them, you need a shake-up in your life. And how to do this shake-up? Very simple strategy I will tell you. And it will do wonders for all of you. Most of you are used to mobile. Approximately 5 to 7 hours is the time that we all see mobile. Do one thing. Here is my sincere suggestion. It will change your life forever. Forever. It will change your life. Do one thing. When you go back home today, you take an oath on yourself. Next 7 days, I am not going to switch on this mobile. What I am going to do? I will not switch on this mobile for 7 days. Let heaven fall. If you have a friend of yours in the college, you can tell your parents, any emergency, call on this number. Emergency should be somebody should die. Then only call. Otherwise, you should not call. Why I am telling this? If this 7 days you do not have this so-called distraction in your hand, your mind will start getting decluttered. You start thinking wisely. Firstly, you will start thinking, what am I doing with my life? Will start coming easy first night itself. Because the moment your mind is telling you what are you doing, you are picking up phone and doing some time pass and letting that thought pass by. If you switch off your system for 7 conscious continuously an answer to that question. Trust me, I'm not exaggerating. Hundreds of students have done this and they say, sir, our life has changed after those 7. Trust me. Because lot of questions that we generally complain, we don't have time, sir, classes ke time se report le do, travel ke time se report le do. Trust me, you have so much of time. You will be surprised. You do not know how to use that time. But one more correction. Just because you have switched off your mobile does not mean you will sit in front of the TV. It does not mean you will continue to watch Pushpa 10 times in 7 days. No. See, the idea here is, see what happens is, we have stopped talking to ourselves and we do not know what we want. We are generally channelized in the thought of the society. See, you may be thinking, I'll give you a small analogy or an example to put it more simpler. Average software job will give you a salary anywhere between 27K to 36K. This is the average. I'm not talking about higher or the top. 27K to 36K. Assuming all of you get 50K a job. What is the amount you're getting? 50K. Per annum 6 lakh rupees. Generally 6 lakh rupees is the annual take home CPC will follow. Right? Why I came here today is to open up your mind for few competitive examinations, including civil service. Assumption, one of your friends, he joins a software company at the end of graduation earning 50,000 rupees. And you've taken a conscious decision, I will not join this software job. I will continue my preparation for some competitive examination. For the sake of this example, I will take civil service. What I will take? I will take civil service. 1 year of preparation through the institutional support. 1 year of self-preparation, assuming anywhere between 16 to 18 to 20 months. This is the time. Assuming your friend joined the job 50,000 rupees per month, for 2 years he will get 12 lakh rupees. He or she will get 12 lakh rupees, and for 2 years you have not earned anything. You have not earned anything. Instead, you have spent 2 to 3 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs on your education for 2 years, including your hostel, including your books, including your coaching fees, everything. So 2.5 lakhs rupees. This 2.5 lakhs and that 12 lakhs. So you are behind your batchmate by 15 lakhs. Approximately, you are behind your batchmate by 15 lakhs. Assuming after 2 years of preparation, you will successful in cracking this. So you are in the race 2 years in the cost analysis behind your friend. How much? 15 lakhs, 14.5 lakhs, 50. Because this is a closed room, I'll give you an example. Last year, 2023 exam results came. On the day of the result, one of my students came running to me. I said, he asked me to come and meet. What is it? A common man who probably even did not know he is a home minister. Probably. He got a call from him and he started shivering. But home sister, he is a person, he is a person. You tell him, now tell me, what has he achieved that he got a call from none of the rest? Home minister. And you know what home minister said? One line. Babu Uksa Laksikala. Babu Raman. Why is this? There is a marital relationship getting established. I am not exaggerating. You will motivate you ask for. One more example, 2021, not 2023, 2021. One of my students got IAS exam. Couple of days after his success, lot of TV interviews, channel interviews he gave, and one day he came to me. He said, "Sir, I got a unique offer." I said, "What?" He said, "Sir, I got one call from one business magnet. I am not taking the name. But sir, they offered me dowry if I agree to marry somebody in their family, which I don't know." Out of enthusiasm, when he told the figure, my eyes also came. He said, "Sir, only 125 crores. Only." Now tell me, who made a wise decision? Today, I am not calculating the salary part of the IAS officer, nor any other under the table income part. I am not talking anything. The driver who will drive your car will draw more than your batchmate. The gunman who will come for your protection will draw minimum 2 times the salary of your batchmate. Trust me. Now, it is a conscious choice that we have to make that I should do. Now comes the bigger question, that how to sustain myself while I am preparing for UPS, financial sustain. One question yesterday, day before, a government college lo Abai sir, cheyali ane aasha undi, kani double katte stovataledu sir. I said, perfectly all right. Then I told him the story of one of my students in 2020, Sirisha. 2020, Sirisha. 2022, sorry, 2022, Sirisha. She also told me the same problem. I said, "Amma, BTech chadutunam, engineering chadutunam, 9.3% engineering lodutundi, and then definitely you are a good student of science and mathematics is my assumption." He said, "Yes, sir, I am." I simply took out one printout. On that wrote home tuition contact number. I gave 15 printouts. There is one quality next to my institute, my handle. I said, "Go and randomly paste on some wall and come back." After 3 days, she came back. She said, "Sir, I've got 14 references of parents telling they are ready to send their children for tuitions to me. How much should I charge per student?" I said, "Ask 8, but give for 6. 14 into 6, if my calculation is correct, 84. Every day 2 hours class. 5 to 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Nelaki 84,000. Need salary can you not survive? Also, while fulfilling your dreams of writing a competitive exam. See, understand, many of us undermine our capacity to write this exam. It is not the toughest exam of the world. By no standards, it is the toughest exam of the world. If you Google about it also, it will not come in tough. The toughest exam of the world is Chinese university entry exam. That is known to be the toughest exam of the world. If you ask me Indian scenario, which is the toughest exam, which are a tough exam, IIT entrance is a tough exam, IIM entrance CAT exam is a tough exam, NDA entrance is a tough exam, your AFMC, Armed Forces Medical College entrance exam is a tough exam, RINC, WINCO, Rashtriya Indian Military College entrance exam, these are the toughest exams. RINC is going to be the toughest of all. Every state they take only 2 students. So imagine and this is for 6th standard students. But see the level of what you call competition. It is said that if you join RIMCO, it is called RIMC, we call it RIMCO. If you are a RIMCOian, 90% you will join the defense service and 100% you will become minimum Major General India. That is the weight it carries. And remaining 10%, they all land in IITs because they have taken the best of the minds, they have done good policy, and they will leave them to decide for themselves. See, now coming back to all of you, the primary reason why you are thinking that you are not fit to write this examination, the reasons are two. One is financial support. Second is the thought that I am unfit to write this exam. So primarily by giving those examples, I want to tell all of you, sitting here are not only eligible, but also capable of writing this exam. But those for whom job, software, and mind fixation, go ahead, no problem. But pursue any competitive examination parallelly in an online mode at least. There are two advantages of it. One advantage is you will continue to be with books for some more time. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe 4 years down the line. And second bigger advantage is wherever you are working, because the subjects that will be taught to all of you as part of UPSC, you will be benefiting in your job also in some of the others. So these are the two advantages of doing that. And coming to the structure of the examination, I'll take just 5 minutes to explain you. See, the beauty is 70 to 80% of the UPSC syllabus and the paper content comes from class 6 to class 12 NCR. Imagine school level question. It means there is something grossly wrong in their preparation. It could be strategy or guidance, whatever you call it. So imagine only class 6 to class 12 NCRT means CBSE pattern exams. We only exam. And very easily, the preparation, classroom preparation can be completed in 9 months. Your own preparation will take another 6 to 8 months. You all will be eligible to write this exam. I sincerely advise all of you to at least make one attempt in your life to write this exam. And now, because the doors of defense services are open to the women also, an excellent opportunity to wear the army uniform and serve the country. If you are good in mathematics, any one of you, with certain level of hold on English, definitely you should write the Reserve Bank of India Grade B exam. That is one such platform where you can rise to become a deputy governor of RBI. And if I tell you, as per today's calculation, the deputy governor of RBI draws a salary of, in today's perspective, I'm saying, anywhere between 6 to 11 lakhs per month. Per month, not year. 6 to 11 lakhs with around 25 plus years of service. When you join as a grade B officer, first salary will cross around say 1 lakh rupees. This 1 lakh rupees does not count your allowances that you will get, which will hover somewhere around 40 to 50,000 rupees per month. In Reserve Bank of India, this petrol allowance is 25,000 rupees per month. I am not exaggerating. If you want, I can share your salary slip with you. You can have it. Now tell me why you should not write this exam. NABARD exam, similar quality, similar kind of pay scales. You will go very high in NABARD. NABARD is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Same on pay scales for few public sector undertakings like SEBI. like your what we call IRDA, PFRDA, Airport Authority of India, Coal India, NTPC, all these examinations, trust me, any examination in this country, as an engineering student, you are eligible to write it. Even bank peers, you are eligible. One very beautiful analogy I will give you. 2022 recruitment close in RBI. 2023, sorry. Recruitment only was in the close stage. You know, 99.7% are engineering students who came to us. 99.7%. And out of that, 82% were the students who were preparing for UPSC exam. As a fallback option, they wrote RBI and landed in RBI. See the beauty, how the opportunities are opening up for you. So imagine what can be your life if you opt for any competitive examination as your choice of career. One statement, especially for this section, I want to make is institutions like RBI, NABARD, SBI, SEBI, PFIRDA, IRDA are like heaven for you. In this sense, when it comes to safety of women at workplace, trust me, there is no better safe place on this mother earth than RBI as an institution, than civil services as an institution. Imagine, I think 2 years before in Telangana, Smita Sabharwal, a very famous IAS officer, one politician made a loose statement. She was sitting in some meeting and surrounded by all the politicians. She was the only female officer sitting in that meeting. So this fellow had the courage to make a statement. एक टीचर में कमल का फूल खिला. So he objectified man by making a statement. You are like a lotus flower in the pond of mud. It is there in the Times magazine that politicians had to say public sorry. That is the courage as an IAS officer. You can make people think straight about it. That is the amount of power that you will yield. The amount of power that an IAS officer possesses, let me tell you. Yours is Visakhapatnam district, right? If the IAS officer is of the opinion that law and order in this district is getting affected and the police is not able to control the situation, the district commissioner or the district collector can order the army to take over the law and order. That is the amount of power you have. And as a software employee, how much power you have, you can ask your seniors who are doing the job as of now. The watchman will not allow you to enter the office if you do not show the ready card. And imagine the situation, just an example. Just an example. After 2 years, you want to visit your college. What will the watchman at the gate will tell you? Take a U-turn and please go. We have taken care of you for 4 years. It's not a pain. Please don't come back. Now imagine if you come back as an IAS officer or an IPS officer. As an example from this analogy. If I was an IAS officer, coming to deliver this lecture to all of you, the auditorium would have been full with me, and definitely the front seat would have been full. You're getting my point. That's the difference that you can make to yourself. You become the center of power. Understand? And UPSC exam is a very simple exam. Prelims and first stage of exam ఉంటుంది. రెండే పేపర్లు objective type. A, B, C, D. You have to make it correct. See, I am not saying the exam is easy. I am saying the exam is simple. there is a difference between being simple and being easy. Exam is not easy, but it is simple exam. Most of the students complicate it. Most of the students complicate the exam. The exam is primarily 3 stages exam: prelims, mains, interview. Prelims are two paper. Second paper is basics 10th standard school level elementary mathematics and reasoning. Under 4 mathematics level, time and distance, function system, something like that. These type of questions are there with logical reasoning and English comprehension, which is of not your 10th standard. And first paper is GS paper, quality economy, history, geography, where most of the questions, as I told you, come from NCERT's class 6 to class 2. If you happen to pass this stage, you enter the second stage, that is called means examination, where you will be writing 7 subjects. Under the essay paper, ethics paper, mood GS paper, total 5, and 2 papers of optional, any subject that you choose. So out of these 7, you will have to, out of the main, you will write 7 papers. This is descriptive. Main is descriptive, you have to write answers. And once you qualify the mains, you qualify for the third stage, that is called interview stage or personality test, for which 0 preparation is needed. Because there, even if you tell out of 15 questions that are asked to you, you tell 12 questions, sorry sir, I do not know, they will not mind you. Because at times, accepting that I do not know also is a reflection of your personality. Many of us do not accept that I don't know. You try to go and bluff through. So that is how this examination is a simple examination. If you can declutter your mind by making a decision that I want to write this examination, while pursuing your final year itself, 50% of your preparation can be done. And only 9 to 10 months of preparation after your graduation, you will become eligible to appear in this. See, why I am trying to make a statement, do it now itself, is if you start doing it, gradually the interest and the understanding of the level of examination that you are doing or aspiring to do will come to your mind. I happen to visit one of the colleges in Vijayanagar. I was told one of the best colleges in Vijayanagar. The kind of audience that I got there, excellent. I have this habit of asking a lot of questions to the students. You know, because I had a little more time there, I conducted more of an interactive or in-depth, session with them. And trust me, I'll tell you today, within 2.5 years or maybe 3 years, definitely 8 to 10 students will become IAS or IPS officers from that batch itself. I'm telling you today. So it is a matter of making a decision that I want to pursue something big. I want to pursue something big. See, software job up till the age of 24 to 26 go. When you are not married, it is fine. He'll tell you job is for 8 hours, but he'll make you work for 14 hours a day, Monday to Friday. In some cases, Saturday also. Now see the beauty. I am 43 years old, and my friends who opted to be in software, they are earning either equivalent to me, mostly less than me. But they have something to carry on their back. They got BP, they got sugar, most of them got spine issues, stress level issues, multiple health issues. And let me tell you about me. 3 months before, I ran a half marathon, 21.1 kilometers in 1 hour 40. Now, what did they get? Approx it's a marvelous. And one more worst thing about this software, there is so much of stress building up in you. I have seen my own friends who never drank alcohol in their life. They have become users. Just imagine the amount of stress, because there is no other way to vent out of your stress hormone. What do? You end up doing. And I am standing in front of you, never touched alcohol in my life. I have served minus 69 plus 52. Temperature. -69 I have seen, where the bones will also crack. My senior used to tell, Oberoi, यहाँ पे दारू नहीं दवा है. Here liquor is not liquor, it is medicine, take it. I said, no sir, no problem, nothing will happen. If I die, okay, fine, forget me, because liquor keeps you warm for me. I said, I don't need it to keep myself warm. And I have served in +52 in Rajasthan, where on top of the tank only we used to do chicken fry, mutton fry, everything and eat. So it is boiling hot, 52 degrees. If you touch, the thing is gone. So that's how I have served in the worst of the climatic conditions. And with the grace of God, hale and healthy. The only reason I am hale and healthy, I can say two reasons. One is I am genetically blessed. My dad was also very healthy when he passed away. And secondly, the quality of life that I got, both in the armed forces and also in RBI, where there is a perfect balance between work and life. Trust me, in RBI, where I am working now, before 10 o'clock, after 5 o'clock, whether you are alive or dead, also nobody is gone. Before 10 in the morning, after 5 in the morning, 5 days working, our Tarvata Asalno Bhatti or now let's go to so understand, just for the sake of that 10-20,000 rupees extra, how much you are sacrificing? Can anybody tell me what is the purpose of life? Job? Then why are you running behind job? You know how this job came in my mind? I take 2 minutes to explain. The Britishers ruled us. The Britishers ruled us. 1835. Remember the year? 1835. There was one general called Lord Macaulay of the British Army. He wrote a letter to British Parliament. He said in that letter, it is here the rule. You can Google when you have. In that letter, he says, sir, if we have an intention to rule this country for another 100-200 years, it is not possible in the present circumstances. Why? Because the education system of this country is so beautiful that even a 10th standard kind of a student, if you ask him anything from astronomy, astrology, metaphysics, psychology, philosophy, martial arts, ethics, anything, he knows it all. And he also has the questioning capacity. So if you want to rule this country for a long period of time, we need to change their education system. So that is when, with a definite intention to break our country, our education system was changed by the Britishers in 1835. And the seed of job was planted in the minds of the Asians, not only India, complete Asia. That is the reason why your parents are talking job. That is the reason why your friends are talking job. But nobody is talking about enlightenment. Nobody is talking about knowledge. Nobody is talking about learning. Nobody is talking about ethics. Nobody is talking about yourself. See, from average 4 to 21 years of age, it means approximately 17 years of compulsory education. There was a survey done in Harvard University very recently. It said that 17 years in compulsory education is a waste of time. He says, especially in Asia, 70% of the time wasted in compulsory education does not carry any value into the either personal life or professional. Now you tell me, after 10th class, sir, good about 13 to 14 years you are in school, no? What of school are you carrying in your learning today? Answer is big zero. So imagine this has been done with a definite intention to break our country. So come out of that job wala kani. Be a good civil servant or servant where you sleep at the end of the day happily. That you are doing good for your society or your country. Say for example, we have this boy sitting in the second row. What's your name, brother? Chandrahas. If Chandrahas wants to open a balance account, imagine Chandrakant wants to open a bank account. He'll go to the bank. If the bank manager's mood is good, he will give a form. He will fill it up and submit. 3-4 days with bank account open. Now imagine Chandrahas is an IAS officer and district collector of Visakhapatnam. And now Chandrahas wants to open a bank account. Is the process same? No, right? The process changed. The bank will come to Chandrahas. I'm not telling you, Baba, as an IAS officer, if you are posted in Ministry of Finance, Department of Financial Services, if you are secretary there, you are the, forgive me for the word, sir, you are the boss of all the banks. If you call the RBI governor, no, I am going to calling, the RBI governor will also stand and receive the call. That is the power that you will yield as an IAS officer. Imagine the power that you have. So if you feel that you also should hold power akin to what I am trying to tell you to motivate for this examination, very good way is through the civil services exam. Okay? Last 5-7 minutes. Anybody has any questions related to anything in life beyond this? See, I come on YouTube quite often. I talk about a lot of what we call psychological facts on YouTube. Did you get an inquiry from all of you? Did you get an inquiry form? Put all the still. If you turn it around, there are 2 barcodes. First is on YouTube barcode. What I suggest all of you is you can maybe scan it and subscribe that. At least few videos related to this competition examination will come to your what is called notification or the feed. Maybe one day that thought may come to you. Okay, let me do it. For that purpose, I have given it as a barcode. I would suggest all of you to scan. Yeah, anyone else? Anybody wants to ask anything to me related to any? See, you're all engineers. Indian Engineering Service is again an excellent option for you. Indian Economic Service. Economics can be learned in 3 months. Don't worry. But Indian Economic Service is also an excellent option for you. Central Armed Police Forces is an excellent option for you. Where you can join directly as assistant commandant in various central police forces like CRPF, BSF, CFPF, the CISF. Excellent job. Class 1 registered officer, grade 1. These are very good opportunities that we have. Yeah, anyone wants to ask anything, you are free to ask. Yes, ma'am. Sir, can we pass on the mic, please, if we have a useful mic? If not, I can.
Right them how best they could use the time because they want to switch off their phones for a couple of hours or 3-4 hours a day. How do they make use of the time? What to read to face the examination? Just because of the time factor, perhaps you wish to seek them out.
The first 7 days which I am talking about is, see, if somebody does this, trust me, all your health issues will settle in 7 days. They will settle, trust me. What you should do is divide the time assumption. We assume not 6 to 8 hours on mobile, assuming that was 6 hours of time. Morning 40 minutes, give it to yourself. See, generally what happens is, the moment we get up, we have this habit of looking at our mobile. And mostly, you will have a disturbing news only. So, the day starts with a long message that you should not have seen in the first place. So, these 7 days, when you sit on your mobile, you don't have anything to see, you don't have anybody to talk. Get up, the first thing that you should all of you do is make your bed instantly. There's an excellent book written by one very senior naval officer in the American Defense Services, right? The importance of making bed. Make your bed. It's the title of the book. He says your life will change. The moment you get up, make your bed, get freshened up. 40 minutes, either do yoga or go for a small walk. Go for a small walk, or within the home you can do some stretching if you are, if you know the thought of stretching. Once you come back, after you freshen up, for 15 to 20 minutes, you have to meditate before you go for your breakfast meal. 15 to 20 minutes you have to meditate. If you are a religious person, religious or spiritual, what we call inclination is also part of meditation. You can do that. After having your breakfast, if the college time is such, you come for college. One sincere suggestion in the college: do not tell anybody that you have switched off your phone or you are in that detox mode. Don't tell. Why? Because people will very easily divert your mind. So don't tell. See, your happiness world is not happy. Only you are happy. Understand this. So do not tell them. Just keep it to yourself. Do one thing I would suggest: avoid negative people in these 7 days. No, I'll come back. I'll come back. Avoid negative people in these 7 days because they will influence your mind to that. Once you assume 4 o'clock is your class till 4 o'clock, to reach home 5 o'clock. The moment you go home, spend minimum 45 minutes to 1 hour with your parents. Talk to them, which we have stopped doing it altogether. Trust me, we have stopped talking to our siblings. We have stopped talking to our parents. 1 hour dedicatedly you will spend with your parents. Maybe 5 to 6, 4:30 to 5:30, depending on the distance from here to your home. Now 6:30 to 8:30, this 3 hours is your me time. In this 3 hours, I want you to divide your 3 hours into 3 parts. One part is for your academic learning. Second part, I suggest you pick up any self-help books. This is very, very important because self-help book helps you to declutter your negative thoughts and brings in positivity in your learning process. And before you go to the meal, the last hour, which is 3 hours, should be something related to spiritual learning. If you are a Hindu, you can go for Bhagavad Gita. If you are a Muslim, you can read your holy book. If you are a Christian, you can maybe read a Bible for a 45 minutes to 1 hour. Why? Because, see, at the end of the day, understand the real essence of our life. The Hinduism or the Vedic literature says that moksha is the essence of life. What is moksha? Relieving yourself from the cycle of birth and death. This is moksha. Swargamu mokshamu rendu veru. Swargam is not your liberation. Moksha is your liberation. Different religions talk about moksha in a different way. Some talk about service, some talk about worship, some talk about spirituality, finance, and everything. But because you are in that age bracket where you cannot go for finance and all, but you can read few spiritual books to enlighten your spiritual spirit. Once you have your meal, the dinner you must have with your family only. You will sit with your family and have your dinner. And once the dinner is over, you need to do something known as self-talk. You need to do something known as self-talk, where you start talking to yourself. What did I do today? What I could have done better today? And what is my plan for tomorrow? And this is where your decluttering of thought becomes important. One habit I want all of you to develop: before your evening meal, 20 to 25 minutes before your evening meal, take a shower. Take a shower. Shower is not only meant to cleanse the dirt on the body, it also regulates your blood pressure. Understand? Take a shower, 20-25 minutes afterwards, then sit for the meal. Avoid taking a shower immediately after the meal. But take a shower before the meal, it will cool you down. It will cool you down very beautifully. What science says is, morning shower is cold water shower. Evening shower can be a lukewarm water shower. Avoid taking hot water shower. It is not good for health. we may feel comfortable, but health perspective, it is not good. Morning cold water shower is the best shower because it opens up your body pores and you will feel energetic. Trust me, after 3 days, you will feel a difference in your activeness if you take a cold water shower in the morning. Okay? To understand, you need to divide time like this. And before you go to sleep, this you must do always and every time. Of 5 minutes prayer, connecting yourself with the Almighty who created you, and make one simple request to the Almighty. Let me know the purpose of my life. All should pray, God Almighty, drive me to the path where I find the purpose of my life. This should be the request that you should make to your Almighty God. In the morning prayer, one statement very, very important. Oh my God, make me an enthusiastic person and not a lazy person. See, the Holy Quran says that if God has created you, He'll create your food. That food will come to you. Don't seek food from God. It is His responsibility to give it. But seek few dimensions which will keep you enthusiastic. If you are an enthusiastic person, people around you will also be happy. Okay? This is how you have to plan your day. The moment you do this for 7 days, automatically negativity will become control, alt, and delete from the control, alt, delete is a permanent delete from it. Right? Now you are asking some. Sir, can somebody pass me the mic?
Sir, I don't need a mic.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
So that you were suggesting to
Yes, sir.
be away from mobile for 1 week.
7 days.
But as teachers, we share
Most of the materials, information in PDFs and docs.
What is the mode, ma'am, you share?
through mobile,
WhatsApp, Telegram, what do you use? Channel.
WhatsApp or mail, email.
Please open your laptop, check your mail. No problem.
So instead of using mobile, they will use their laptops.
Please to check the mail for the day. Put it there. 5 minutes. Not saying that. They will not check the laptop for 5 minutes.
So instead of using WhatsApp, we can use mail.
WhatsApp can be. Laptop as well. As possible. But it is possible. The changes that you will see with yourself as a student, I'm talking from their
if they
perspective.
don't have cash, they have to use PhonePe. That is.
See, here understand the point of economic phone. Understand this. If we plan, this is. See, it is not an excuse that we are seeking to ourselves in keeping the mobile phone on. See, the world existed before phone also. The money as a medium of exchange existed before phone also. I carry my cash in my pocket. It is only that for the sake of convenience here, you started using the phone. For 7 days, if it is 15 rupees for auto, carry 15 rupees in your pocket 1 week. If you think it will happen, see, the idea of switching off your phone is not to get you away from your basic elements where your phone is essential. It is basically to declutter your mind. So once that is done, you will believe that life is so simple and easy to live. I have unnecessarily complicated it. That message will come to all of you loud and clear. If you wish to use the mobile, make it some urgent payment or something, fine, switch it off, make the payment.
Sir,
Ma'am,
I cannot buy so many books, but I can read many books on my mobile.
there is something known as Kindle for book reader.
Kindle. Everyone cannot buy a Kindle, sir.
Ma'am,
Everyone cannot buy a Kindle.
that 7 days, please don't read the book that is there on the website. See, ma'am, there is a doubt. Maybe she is asking on behalf of all of you. See,
So
understand?
I'm trying to see how I can live without mobile.
Ma'am, very happily.
Not myself, sir.
And very happily, you also, if you are married, he also. Yes, see, simple, understand, see. Now, let's say, for example, I'll tell you few facts about mobile. Now, if I open ma'am's mobile and do some research on that, maybe she is a teacher and she is using mobile to do some reading before she comes to the class. Now, hands on your heart, tell me, how many of you are using your mobile to read a book? Answer is none. But understand, see, it is basically an excuse for all of us to use that device. See, listen, guys, 5 minutes, I'll leave. We call it a cell phone. We call it a cell phone, mobile cell phone. We are using it for everything else other than phone. How many times you call your mother in the day from the college? Hardly once. Mostly it comes from that side only. Nana, have you had your lunch? Have you started? I hope you are fine. The call will come from there only. We don't call parents. We only call the opposite gender. We don't call our parents, right? Huh? So tell me which boy is calling the father and telling the father, Nana, which safety? ఎప్పుడైనా అన్సేఫ్ గా రీచ్ అవ్వడం జరిగిందా? Yeah, ma'am had a question. Anybody can pass on the mic. I said 5 minutes. We are closing the session. Don't worry. Even I have to travel to some place. We're getting late. I know. Yes, mic please.
On battery.
Okay, ma'am, wake up. Mic, go on.
Like most of the speakers who come here, please give us some suggestions of how we stay motivated and disciplined.
See, staying motivated. See, listen. Listen. How to stay motivated? Now, listen. Staying motivated is a choice. Staying motivated is a choice. See, we have to make few choices in our life. In the sense, nobody taught me about what you call. See, few dimensions of life. Psychology talks about this, how to stay motivated. There are few children after their birth, they forget that they have to stop crying. There are few children who continue to cry, and they continue to cry as adults also. They continue to cry as a grown-up people also. Staying motivated is not an art; it's a choice. See, everybody will have struggles in their life. The stage that you are, the struggle could be maybe you are struggling with your parents' health. We are going to be struggling with finances at home. We are going to be struggling with some disturbed relationship or something. But staying motivated may not solve the problem, but it will give you the courage to face the problem. And trust me, most of the times as a youth, we commit mistakes not because of the situation, but the response to the situation. Our response to the situation is bad, that hits at our motivation. Say, for example, just an example, because you will connect it better, it will relate to your age group. So one of the boys approaches a girl with an intention to make a statement that I like you. Just listen to it carefully. Now, the girl has multiple options to say yes or no. She has the right to say yes or the right to say no. It could be vice versa. Girl approaching a boy or a boy approaching a girl. It could be anyways. Now, if the girl decides to humiliate you, and in front of everybody, if she makes a statement, did you see your face in the mirror? Now, Is the girl right in making that statement? Is a big question mark. And secondly, if you have approached with a clean heart, if she makes that statement also, why should that statement disturb you in the first place? Tomorrow, 3 years down the line, you become some big shot with your academic excellence or some competitive excellence. That girl will come walking to you. Then you will have the last laugh. But the problem with our personality is the moment somebody points a finger at us, we become defensive now. We try to show that person the place. So this is where you try to immediately equate yourself and pay it then and there. Trust me, the biggest punishment you can give anybody like is your silence. The other will be supposed to remain silent. That silence will kill that person for the rest of his or her life. That is the biggest punishment you can have. And if I have to talk philosophically, it is said that leave it to the nature or the God, if you believe in so, to take your revenge. You do not seek revenge because the divine revenge is much more brutal than the human revenge. This is where the Jain philosophy talks about, this is where the Holy Bible also talks about, this is where the Quran also talks. The moment you give the responsibility of your revenge to the Mother Nature or the God, then the into 10 the nature will take you. But if you start thinking about it, it will hamper your own growth. That's what Swami Vivekananda also. Give the job of revenge and other things to the God, let him take care. So staying motivated is primary choice. See, if the situation has made you demotivated, then in the first place you do not deserve to be. Because situational motivation is temporary. That's what is the difference between bliss and happiness. You buy iPhone, you get happiness. After 2-3 days, it will stop giving you happiness. That's the way the bliss will come. That is called Anandam. Santosham and Anandam. Anandam is eternal. Santosham is temporary. Santosham we generally get. It could be a physical desire, it could be a desire of material possession, or it could be anything. But Anandam is forever. And if that Anandam is a result of Viveka in you. That is how Vivekanandam. Vivekanamto vachina Anandam eppatiki nisko. Dabbuto vachina Anandam, the happiness is very, very temporary. Trust me. The real happiness when it becomes eternal, because there is nothing beyond that. In ethics, we teach in the classroom setting, these are called terminal values. Because beyond this, there is nothing to achieve. If you are in an eternal state of bliss, what else you want? What else you want? You go, I was traveling the roadside in one of the villages, remote areas. I saw one boy sitting on a buffalo, happily sitting on a buffalo. He is in a state of bliss. And I am feeling uncomfortable sitting in a 30 lakh waiting. You see who is happy more than me. So understand how you need to measure happiness, how to stay motivated. See, the problem is nobody tells us all this. That's the worst part, because the education system, see, these are all what I am talking today was supposed to be part of your learning. And every day maybe 1 or 2 lectures were supposed to be held on these lines. But somebody destroyed the education system. That's what I'm saying. And if you come to a domain like UPSC, trust me, the kind of knowledge that you will get, par excellence, nobody can disturb you. That's the beauty of this exam preparation. So try to identify few suggestions I would like to give all of you. See, generally boys or girls, whatever, it is a gang of 5 to 6 people. And the gang leader is generally either economically well-off fellow, or politically well-off fellow, or culturally well-off fellow. Trust me, he will settle somehow in his life. The parents will ensure that he gets settled somehow. But the people who will hover around him, the chamchas don't know where to go after 4 years, because in those 4 years, he used them as time pass. He instilled some bad habits also in. After 4 years, that fellow who was the gang leader will settle perfectly. While the churches will become auto drivers and disturbers. What is the point? You tell, am I exaggerating? That is the blueprint also. And he will settle well. And he will call it every 2-3 years some good news. Mama, Padakar, Mama, Vashabete, Mama, Pilias, and you are like, where am I? Then you realize he made you roam around with for his time pass. Identify that fellow and stay away from him. Your friend should criticize you on your face. Then only he is your friend. If you do something wrong and your friend supports you, he is your biggest enemy. He is seeking momentary association with you that will cost your life in the future. Understand? Okay, ma'am? I hope you understand.
Sir, there is one.
Okay.
So, good evening, sir. Sir, a close relative of mine has cleared UPSC prelims 4 times but unable to crack the mains exam. His optional subject is anthropology. Can you suggest some?
Simple amount. Good. There are students who clear prelims but do not clear mains. You know, they are the students who have not understood the importance of opinion building. UPSC mains descriptive exam no? He wants to know your opinion. Manam chese tappu entante pustakamlo unnadi unnatuga rayadu. The examiner will not give you marks because after prelims UPSC knowledge testing ledu. You can throw your books in dustbin after prelims. Mains and interview is all about personality. What you think? Say, for example, last year there was a question. In today's generation, the institution of marriage has come under tremendous stress, which has given way to concepts like living relationships. What is your opinion? Ye book will answer. Only technical subjects will have answers in the books. All other subjects, in the process of learning, we have to make opinions and learn the habit of making opinionated writing, which is constitutionally balanced. Once you achieve that, trust me, mains becomes a cakewalk. That's what. These are the students who are relying on books for them to pass the mains. Only for technical subjects, books will be of use. Other subjects, essay, simple, essay in the the slower you go, the faster you reach. This is the topic of this. You have to write 12 pages. The topic of the essay, the slower you go, the faster you reach. Draw this. Okay. The one. The ship is safest at the harbor, but it is not for which the ship is made. It means the ship is supposed to venture into the troubled sea and find its way to the other side of the sea. Right? You keep it on the shore, it is safe. But is it that same purpose what it has been designed for? Yes, sir. Understand? You have to start making thinking. You have to develop the habit of thinking. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Sir, I'm graduated from communication history. So
Serious.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So I'm very much interested in applying for that. So, but I don't know from where and how to start preparation for that.
Starting one serious exam ki over garden there is something known as compendium or all-in-one we call it, no? All-in-one. Arihant publication gani, Tata Macro publication gani, 2025 all-in-one book వచ్చింది. ఇందులో ఉంటుంది. 2000 పేజీలు ఎంత ఉంటుంది. ఆ బుక్ ముందు నుంచి ఎంత దాకా 4 సార్లు చదివేసి your name will be the top 10 name in the serious spirit. See, ask me the way, I told the way. Yeah, state jacket comes. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Only.
Yeah.
Why
Please.
Seven, three.
Seven. I've got two books with me. One ma'am can come forward because she asked a question related. I'll give
Yeah, Mohit. Yeah, audio.
yeah, please. Sir, I request Dean Administration Lakshmanam sir to hand over memento.
Only photo.
Yes, sir.
Only?
I request you to also join here. Sir, yes. Yeah, some of the students came to me requesting me few books, sample books that we can read and maybe improve upon few dimensions of our life. So there's one book called 5 AM Club. It's very excellent group people, develop a habit of early waking up and the benefits of it. There's one book called Atomic Habits. This is also an excellent book. But one book I would suggest all of you to read is Robert Sharma's book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. This is one book very important. And one more very small book. It is called Who Will Cry When We Die. The title is disturbing, but the story is excellent. Okay, Alchemist is one such book that you all can read. The Kite Runner is also one more beautiful book that you can read. One book, 80 by 20, which I gave her, happens to be one of my idea can change your, trust me, one small idea is needed to change your life. Develop this habit of reading 10 to 12 pages of self-help book every day. There is one more very famous book called The Mountain is You. The title of the book is The Mountain is You. An excellent book, right? The book I gave him is a book on social intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman happens to be the master of emotional intelligence. He wrote a book called Social Intelligence also. An excellent book that you all must also try to read. Read books. Books are the best friends. Believe. It looks they are being based on the change you it was. So congratulations. Anybody thinking of competitive examination as a career? You got the pamphlets also, you got the number on the stage also. You can just give a call. We'll be there to counsel you personally. The counselors are there who are professionals. If you want to speak to me also, you can put in a request. They'll connect you to me over phone. Right? Thank you very much. It's been an excellent audience. God bless you. Sir, I express my vote of thanks now. Sir, it was a very blissful speech you have given continuously. It's 1.5 hours, I think. It's out of honor. Yeah, let me actually announce a small statement, and then I think it is all beyond the vote of thanks, whatever I say for you. I do not go. Since yesterday I was reading the what do you call the academy name as EKAM IAS Academy. Now in your speech, you said right, see that we connect to the God, Almighty actually. Then I correlated, then I read it as EKAM IAS Academy. Probably this is the change I found in myself. Sir, thank you very much. And thank you for the team also. And I thank our management principal sir, for giving us an excellent opportunity for the CFSR to organize such a prestigious event. Big round of applause to all of you. And it is my responsibility to thank Dr. Amruta Madam. She was after me saying yesterday, sir, is it possible to arrange an online meeting like this? Sir, we have recorded this. We'll definitely try to go through it and we'll share it with sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Anil. We have a form of meeting future and future. The video presentation you already system
प्लान के मोहित में
So for 3221033
12020
2020 1 hour last one
PCE 1
ఎవరా నువ్వు చెప్పమా
అలాగే అన్నాడే ఏంట్రా వైఫై వాచ్ వల్ల చేతిలో తిరిగిపోయింది
కాల్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ ఎవరు ఉండాలంట హౌదా